something like Olivia. Now this has to be one of my favourite John Mayer solos. It's a great, smooth, natural solo, should I say. The recording of it, it's almost like the amp has been placed in the middle of the room and there's a set of mics within the room, not close mics and all that. It just sounds really raw and really natural, and I really like that sound. And it's quite low in the mix. It's not a huge sort of like belter of a solo. It's much like Gravity, actually, where you've got this smoothness of sound and just an excellent choice of notes within, as you heard. So there we go. So if you do like this, please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button for all the future notifications, and visiting all the socials as well. Drop a comment with things you'd like to see, and then I will leave you with the breakdown coming up right now. So it's all based around G, basically. And we've got the 145 in G, where this comes in on the 4, I think. So with this, we're starting on sort of like the third box, if you like, in G. And this is all based around that sort of mixolydian tones and major tones coming into it, which gives it that sort of tension, that niceness of sound, basically. So we're starting with the 9th fret on your 3rd string. Nice kind of powerful strike to the strings on this, because you want all of these notes to pop and stand out. So you're going to play the 9 and then the 10 on the 2nd string, playing it, bending it full tone first off, and then bringing it down to play in that static position. Going to the 8th fret with some nice smooth vibrato, not too heavy, just something which complements the sound of the song quite well. Back to the 9 on that 3rd string, and then up to that 10 again once more, sorry, the 8th fret. Back to the 9 again, and then we're going to the 8th fret on the 2nd string for a full tone bend. This is where I kind of jump back into this position, sort of box 2 if you like. Then you'll jump into the 7th fret on your A string, and there's a percussive strike straight after that. So getting your fingers ready for this, this section here. So the strike itself, use your first finger, and then you're going to bring the other fingers onto the strings just to deaden them as you strike that percussive X, which is on the sheet. You'll see it on the tab anyway. But now the hard part is getting yourself into that 7 and the 8 on the 3rd and 2nd strings cleanly enough to bring that hammer on and make it kind of pop. Now with the plectrum, as I'm playing through this, I'm not just picking those strings like that. I'm actually sort of swooping or raking through into those. So I very rarely just strike the string that I need. I've always got this kind of percussive strike as I go through, and it's the same with John Mayer on this one. You've got that. So controlling, there you go, controlling the strings around the notes that you need, so you can have that emphasis with the plectrum to make it really just sound smooth and powerful at the same time. Right, anyway, so this little section is the partway through bar 3 of this, where you've got your 7 and 8 hammering onto the 9 on that 3rd string, so like that. Back to the 7, you can keep the 8 there as well, that's fine. So going to the 10 on your 4th string with your little finger, back to the double stop, and then I bring the 2nd finger across, slide that up to the 9 from the 8 on the 4th string, and then bringing in that 8th fret on your 2nd string, so it's the 6th. So that itself is a lovely lick, really nice. One that you should get used to, definitely. And then what do we end up with? We've got the remainder now, so this last lick. A lovely little sort of chromatic vibe to this one. So you're bringing in the 10 on your 4th string, and then it's going to be as a rest after that, so it sounds staccato. And then your 8th fret on your 2nd string, 10, 9, 7, pull it off or pick it, it's up to you, on the 3rd string by the way. Going to the 10 on the 4th string, and then you have a hammer on the beat from 8 to 9 on your 4th string as well. And that's that lick for this week. The section we just played is this. And again, the attack on the strings is going to make this what it is. If you're too light on it, it just sounds boring and dull. If you're too heavy on it, well, you can't be too heavy, I don't think. It's just it needs that attack. It needs that pop and it needs that aggression. And that's where the blues phrasing comes from. So it's the right hand does as much as the left hand to pop out those notes. Bear that in mind. So let's put it into context and play it all slow. And now, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. There you go. So I'll leave you back with me to sign it all off. Enjoy the lick. At the end once more, so thanks for coming along and sticking it out this far. If you have stuck it out this far, you may as well give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please drop a comment in that box below and just tell me what you'd like to see on this channel. Visit all the socials as well. Everything helps with that algorithm on YouTube and all of that. Please visit patreon.com/Dan's page and you will find the tab free as always on my website dansguitar.com. Not much more to say apart from go and listen to the track. I can't remember what album it's off of now. Yeah, can't remember. But it's a great album nonetheless. And it's an awesome track. And it's just John Mayer's purest playing, I think. It's just so good, so perfect for that song. So there you are. Go and check it out. And I will leave you with that this week. Make sure you stay tuned for everything else which is coming up. And I shall bid you farewell. Have a great bank holiday weekend. See you later, everyone.